guys, welcome back to the channel where I cover missing persons, unsolved cases, crime news, and more. So I'm back with video number 4, part 4, going through the discovery documents for Stephan Sterns. We made pretty good headway yesterday due to a lot of redacted and repetitive pages, so let's see how far we can get on part 4. And again, trigger warning. Make sure you guys are aware of that. Alright, so we are up to page 339 of 896. So again, being there's some redacted, that's going to be helpful as well. So this is a City of Kissimmee Police Department Electronic Incident Report Transmittal Form. Let's see what it's about. Looks like, well, case supplemental. Okay, this might give us more information. It definitely has to do with his sexual capital battery charges. On February 26, 2024, at approximately 2000 hours, redacted, Madeline Soto, a 13-year-old, was reported missing to the Orange County Sheriff's Office by her mother, Jennifer Soto. Jennifer completed a sworn statement to the Orange County deputies to the following. Jennifer stated on 2/26/2024 at approximately 0800 hours, she saw Maddie getting ready for school. Jennifer stated Stephan Sterns took her to school and dropped her off close to the school. Jennifer stated Stephan dropped Maddie off on Town Loop Boulevard between Town Center Boulevard and Hunters Park Lane. Jennifer said Stephan dropped her off between 0830 hours and 0845 hours. Jennifer stated Maddie never made it to school. Jennifer went to, I'm assuming maybe Hunters Creek Middle School, around 1600 hours to pick Maddie up, and she never came out of the school. Jennifer stated she searched around the area and then went to her mother's office but could not locate her. Alright, that whole entire paragraph, all lies, as we know, because she never saw Maddie getting ready for school, and we all know that she never got dropped off anywhere near the school. Deputy Joseph from the Orange County Sheriff's Office contacted the on-call domestic crimes detective who investigate missing persons, who advised to send the report to the missing persons squad. On February 27, 2024, Detective Hunt from the Orange County Sheriff's Office received information that Maddie did not report to school on the previous day. Therefore, Detective Hunt began his investigation. Detective Hunt interviewed Jennifer and Stephan during the initial phase of this investigation. During these interviews, Detective Hunt noticed some inconsistencies. Detective Tagler with the Orange County Sheriff's Office was also asked to assist with the interviewing Stephan during this case. Detective Tagler would eventually become the lead detective for the Orange County Sheriff's Office's case. Detective Tagler contacted Stephan at redacted. Detective Tagler was provided locations where Stephan's vehicle, the 2010 silver Lincoln MKZ, had been seen during the time Stephan stated he dropped off Maddie at school. Detective Tagler confronted Stephan about his locations during the interview, but Stephan would provide answers that did not match up to his vehicle location. Stephan provided consent to search his phone. However, he stated he had accidentally performed a factory reset on his phone on 2/26/2024. Detective Tagler asked Stephan a second time if he consented to the download of his phone, and he agreed and provided his passcode. Detective Tagler then proceeded to the security gate at, I guess, the apartment maybe complex to review the video. Upon reviewing the security video, Detective Tagler observed Stephan's vehicle exiting the complex with a female wearing a green sweater in the front passenger seat. The female was slumped over to her left, which is an abnormal way for a person to be seated in a vehicle. At that point, Detective Tagler decided to secure the residence at, and I'm assuming that's the address where the Jennifer Soto lives, for a search warrant. I am again, they did excellent work at securing all these scenes and picking up on all this stuff super early between Orange County and Kissimmee. The Kissimmee Police Department was notified and asked to assist with this case. Detective Smallwood responded to assist Orange County in the search. The decision was made to have patrol officers from the Kissimmee Police Department secure the location for the search warrant to be executed on 2/28/2024. On February 28, 2024, Detective Mark Morris was called and asked to report to redacted to assist Orange County in executing the search warrant for their missing person case. Upon my arrival, I contacted Orange County deputies who were waiting for their forensic unit to arrive to execute the search warrant. While Orange County was serving a search warrant on the premises, a subsequent search warrant was executed on Stephan's cellular phone. Upon reviewing the contents of Stephan's phone, it was discovered several images were saved in a Google Drive. A separate search warrant was served to Google, and upon the receipt of the contents of Stephan's Google Drive, several images and videos were located which depicted an apparent child with her breasts, vagina, and anal opening as the focal point of the pictures and videos. There were also pictures and videos depicting an apparent child's vagina and mouth being penetrated by a pee-pee. The child was later identified as Madeline Soto, whose date of birth is redacted. During this time, it was also discovered Stephan did not drop Maddie off at school as he previously stated. Based upon the contents of Stephan's Google Drive and the suspicious nature of Maddie going missing, it was decided that I became the lead investigator from the Kissimmee Police Department. Corporal Ilgen and I responded to the Orange County Sheriff's Office, where deputies had already arranged for Jennifer and Stephan to be transported there for a press conference. I was shown the contents of Stephan's Google Drive, or one folder that appeared dedicated to redacted. I'm not sure exactly what that, maybe Maddie? Contained over 1,700 files, which would be images. Ugh. And majority of these photographs and videos showed Maddie in different sexual positions. Based upon these images, Orange County detectives began to author an arrest warrant for Stephan. Due to the fact that most of these images appeared to have occurred at the residence of, I'm assuming, Jennifer Soto's apartment location, probable cause was provided to Detective Moore of the Kissimmee Police Department. Detective Moore wrote the arrest warrant, charging Stephan with sexual battery and possession of child pornography. While the arrest warrant was being written and obtained by Detective Moore, at approximately 16:45 hours, I contacted Redacted in a conference room at the sheriff's office. Redacted, this may be Jennifer. Redacted was asked questions about, there we go, yeah, this is Jennifer, about Maddie being missing and the dynamics of the household. Jennifer stated her and Stephan had been dating on and off for approximately 7 years. Stephan had moved out of the home in the later part of 2023, November, December. Jennifer stated that while they were together, they would either all sleep in the same bed or Maddie would sleep with her when Stephan was not there. When asked if it was normal that Stephan and Maddie to sleep together without her being there, she said yes. How she could think that this is okay is beyond me. Jennifer stated if she needed a good night's sleep due to her anxiety, she would ask them to sleep in a different bedroom. Orange County detectives had previously shown Jennifer photographs of Stephan's pee-pee for identification purposes. Jennifer did not want to believe Maddie and Stephan were engaged in sexual activity. She's so shocked, I'm sure. Jennifer asked to see the images of Stephan and Maddie. I pulled out a printed picture from Stephan's Google Drive that showed Madeline with Stephan's pee-pee in her mouth. Jennifer said she did not recognize anything in the picture, as if she was in denial. However, she became visibly upset. Yeah, she knew exactly what she was looking at. No one's buying that for a hot second that she didn't know what she was looking at. She was looking at her boyfriend and her 13-year-old daughter. Disgusting. She let him into her home, into their world. She's just as much to blame, in my opinion. I asked Jennifer additional questions unrelated to this particular case. I excused myself and told her I was going to speak with Stephan. I contacted Stephan in an interview room at the sheriff's office. Stephan was asleep when I entered the room along with Corporal Ilgen. He was asleep. That seems to happen with a lot of these criminals. They get caught and they kind of fall asleep because they know they're caught, and I mean, if you're innocent, how are you gonna fall asleep in an interrogation room? I know I couldn't sleep. I'd be wide awake on adrenaline, trying to defend myself. After introducing ourselves, I explained the reason why we were there speaking with him. I read Stephan his Miranda warnings, which we waved and agreed to speak with us. So he waved them. Stephan stated he had known Jennifer for several years and they dated for most of that time. I asked Stephan what the sleeping arrangements were within the home. Stephan stated Madeline typically sleeps with, or maybe Jennifer typically sleeps with Madeline in Jennifer's bed. Some kind of relation to that. Stephan stated Jennifer wanted them to all sleep in the same bed when he returned from being away for several months. Stephan stated Madeline always needed human contact when going to sleep. Stephan referred to it as snuggling. No, Stephan, I refer to it as perversion, you perv. As the interview went on, I asked Stephan if Maddie has ever been sexually active with anyone in the past. Stephan stated that there was an incident when she was much younger. Stephan said that Maddie did something with a phone or a camera, but she wasn't scolded for it. Okay. Stephan said she was very young when this happened. I asked Stephan if he provided Orange County deputies consent to search through his phone, and he stated yes. I asked Stephan if he had a Google account, and he stated he did. When I asked Stephan if he saved pictures to that account, he said sometimes. I think more than sometimes with 1,700 photos or files there, you know. Stephan stated he did have pictures of him and Madeline saved to that account. When I asked Stephan about all the pictures he had saved, Stephan then asked if he should be talking to a lawyer. Oops! He now realizes, I'm screwed, man. I'm screwed. Shortly after that, Stephan requested an attorney. Probably the one smartest thing he did that entire time. Stephan was arrested for sexual battery, familial custodial authority, when the victim was under 12 years old, and possession of child pornography. A search warrant was obtained to collect DNA from Stephan. This warrant was executed by Orange County detectives and forensics unit. I was able to search through Stephan's Google account and observe the following videos or images. Alright, guys. Big trigger warning. Alright. Video description of video depicting a prepubescent female resembling Maddie, who would have been 8 years and 4 months old. Maddie is laying next to Stephan on a bed watching cartoons on the television. Stephan is asking Maddie to put his pee-pee in her mouth for 3 seconds as he counts. Stephan states Maddie would not be able to play with a phone unless she did it. What the hell? An 8-year-old baby. Second file. Description. Image depicting Madeline, approximately 11 years old. Stephan is inserting his finger into Madeline's vagina while she appears to be sleeping. Next file. An image depicting Madeline, approximately 11 years, 5 months old. Stephan is inserting his pee-pee into Madeline's mouth while she appears to be sleeping. I think he drugged her. I really do. Next image is a file depicting Madeline, approximately 11 years old, 11 years and 5 months old. Stephan is inserting his pee-pee into her mouth while she appears to be sleeping. Next image is a file depicting Madeline, approximately 11 years and 5 months old. Stephan is inserting his pee-pee into her mouth while she is underneath a blanket. Next file. Image file depicting Madeline, approximately 11 years, 5 months old. Stephan is inserting his pee-pee into her vagina. Her identity is confirmed by a redacted. This same mark is seen in several other photographs of Madeline. Next file is an image depicting Madeline, approximately 11 years and 5 months old. Stephan is inserting his pee-pee into her anus. Her identity is confirmed by a redacted. The same mark is seen in several other photographs. Alright, so you get the gist of it. I'm not going to read any more of these descriptions because, yeah. Alright, it says here, there were hundreds of other images containing Madeline within Stephan's Google account, with most of them depicting sexual activity. A copy of Stephan's Google account was submitted into evidence. Yeah. I I got no words. I really don't. This poor kid. All right, here's a reporting officer narrative on the battery capital sexual. This is also going through the statement again, so this is kind of a repeat, going through what happened and when Officer Clark responded to the missing persons report. They mentioned the sister in here, Jennifer's sister. All right, so there's really not much new on that one. All right, on Tuesday, February 27th, 2024, at approximately 23:36 hours, I, Officer J. Owens, responded to building redacted, located at redacted in reference to a mutual aid reference, Orange County Sheriff's Office case number 24-011313. Upon arrival on scene, I made contact with Lieutenant J. Ortiz. While speaking with Lieutenant Ortiz, she assigned me the task of watching the residence of the aforementioned address. While on scene, I did not observe anyone enter the residence other than individuals who were escorted by the Orange County detectives that were on scene. While on scene, I did not make contact with anyone else. So it looks like that was somebody who was watching the house, and we read something about that previously, I think yesterday. All right, here's another cover sheet for victims' rights notification. All right, and here's a report, case supplemental on 3/4/2024 printed. Looks like this was earlier, though. They just printed it a few days later. On 2/29/2024 at approximately 19:30 hours, I, Officer Wood, drove to the Osceola County Communication Center to enter a full extradition felony warrant for Stephan Michael Sterns, date of birth 4/25/1986. Reference Kissimmee Police Department case number 24-001809. This was my involvement in this case. Supplement will be forwarded to the state attorney's office. Another cover sheet. All right. Here's a supplemental report. On February 27th, 2024, at approximately 22:09, officers of the Kissimmee Police Department responded to redacted. So this looks like this would be the apartments again. Reference to a mutual aid with the Orange County Sheriff's Office. The Orange County Sheriff's Office was working on a missing persons case that was initiated in their jurisdiction. During their investigation, the Orange County Sexual Assault Unit joined their investigation to assist with the sexual allegations that were discovered. The Orange County Sexual Assault Unit drafted a DNA warrant along with an arrest warrant for Stephan Michael Sterns. However, after further investigation, it was discovered that the incident location of the sexual battery occurred in the Kissimmee Police Department's jurisdiction. The investigation was then transferred over to Detective Mark Morris as the lead detective. I, Detective Moore, was provided with Orange County's drafted warrant to transfer over into our format in order to submit the warrant through the e-warrant system. I submitted both DNA and arrest warrants, which were approved and signed by the Honorable Judge Reginald Whitehead on February 28, 2024. I went to the Osceola County Communication Center and had the arrest warrant entered. Stephan was transported by an Orange County deputy to the Orange County Jail, where he is being held with no bond. And of course, we saw that transfer previously, and that deputy was super nice to him, way nicer than I could have been to Sterns. But he does his job well. I give him respect for that, because I don't think I could do that. Okay, here's another fax cover sheet. All right, this one here is just saying that there looks like they're going another officer who was watching the apartment residence. So there's not much to that one. Let's see here. Again, here's another report from another officer who was advised to hold and monitor the apartment scene. So I'm not sure exactly how many officers they had on that scene. Okay, so here's again another report with the whole story that was given to Orange County deputies on that February 26th after they called the cops to say that Madeline Soto was missing. Alright, so again, that's all stuff we already know. Alright, here's somebody who was also guarding the securing the scene at the apartments. Officer Lateman stated that there was yellow police tape around the residence, and he provided scene security and was relieved by another officer, Morales, and that was the end of his duties. So it's another one where another officer that was keeping an eye on the apartment scene. All right, here is the arrest warrant. We've actually seen this one before, but here it is in the discovery docs. It's the arrest warrant for Stephan Michael Sterns, and there you go. So there is his arrest warrant. To all and singular sheriffs of the state of Florida, special agents of the Florida Department of Law Enforcement, any investigator of the several states' attorney's office, and or police officer of the Kissimmee Police Department. An affidavit or sworn complaint having this day been presented to me, the Honorable, this would be Whitehead, I think, that's pretty scratched up, but Judge in and for Osceola County, 9th Judicial Circuit, wherein is alleged that on or between, oh, there's a typo, and President Osceola County, for the defendant, Stephan Michael Sterns, did in violation of the Florida state statutes and commit the offense or offenses of sexual battery, victim under 12 years, familial, and of course, he's got no bail. And that was signed on February 29th by the judge. All right, and here's an affidavit for the arrest warrant. And again, this is another kind of a repeat. Because this is Detective Brian Moore, which we read previously. Again, with the homegrown story that Stephan came up with, and Jennifer either came up with it with him or definitely was a mimic of. And then they mention all the images they found on his phone and in the Google Drive. And there's another emergency warrant request again. It's another repeat of the arrest warrant. This one actually states, though, that the sexual battery, familial custodial authority, and possession of material sexual performance by a child. So this one has both charges on it. But other than that, it's the same. And then it goes on to tell that it was unusual to drop her off and all the stuff that we, again, read, and then descriptions of the photographs. Another emergency warrant request cover sheet. And this is again an application to get his genetic material for buccal cells, blood, saliva, and photographs of his pee-pee. Again, a lot of repetitive documents. I don't know why they repeat some of them so much. And here's another repeat of the search warrant. Some of these are repeated like 3 or 4 times, which I don't get. Okay. So here's a victim notification card, something we haven't seen. Let's see. Redacted victim received a copy of the Victim Witness Rights Domestic Violence brochure. I wonder who name is there. Because, well, see, they hadn't found Madeline by then. It could be her name, though, there. Yeah, this says juvenile. Sadly, this was before they found her on March 1st, so that could be Madeline Soto. They might have given that to her mom. And that's just telling them that, you know, she has rights as a victim, which really, and sadly, she never got to be protected from. And there's further information for the victim notification card. Signature unavailable, so my best guess it's Madeline. Let me know what you guys think. I think it's probably Madeline. Would be the name that's redacted off that. And here's a, looks like a file just on Sterns is wanted for sexual battery. And I guess more information about Madeline, more than likely. And here's an investigation report that is highly redacted, as we can see. So there's not much there really to go through. And again, there's not much on that page either. And here's the incident report suspect list. Just says Stephan Michael Sterns and his information, and that's about it. And here's another emergency warrant request cover sheet. Another application and affidavit for the search warrant to get his DNA and all that stuff. And again, we're going through their tall tale of what did not happen that morning. And here's another sign for search warrant, another copy of that. For his photographs of his PP and all that. I hope it was very uncomfortable for him. Alright, here's a completely redacted page. Alright, then we have a property form, which looks like a carbon copy, so it's going to be really hard to read. I didn't even know people used carbon copies anymore, but I guess they do. So I'm not sure what this says here. It's from 2/28/2024. Looks like it's Sterns though, because look, that looks like his birthday to me, 4/25/86, and it says male in white. Let's see. I don't see anything really written on it though, that I can tell. So, not much of interest there. And this one's, again, looks like there's not anything there. If there was, you can't read it. Here's a property form. We've seen this one before. It's going through the vehicle where they found all those latex gloves, the cloth gloves, the napkins all over his car, because apparently he's just got napkin city all over his car, towels, rags, blankets, all that crap that was in his dad's Lincoln that he was driving. Another blank or hard to read page. Alright, and here is when they did all their forensic stuff, it looks like, and what they were taking from that Lincoln, which we've seen previously. And again, this is another repeat. Yeah, these are all look like they're repeats for the forensics and all the search from the Lincoln. And again, here is from the apartment, all the sheets and Snuggie and his nasty masturbation cream and his tripod and all his crap. And poor Maddie stuff that they took from the home. And here's the, looks like the dog seatbelt leashes. Again, we saw that yesterday, part 3. And here's the typed up stuff. We did go through that yesterday as well, with all the swabs that they collected from Sterns' car. I will say I like it better when it's typed up because I can actually read it, at least. Continuing all that stuff they got from his car and all the prints and swabbing. And this one again is what they took from Jennifer's car. Layton's and what have you. That could be the Nissan as well. It seems like they jumped from the Lincoln to the Nissan, so. Alright. And this also looks familiar. We've seen that one. That's all looks like the forensic, the people that were collecting all the evidence that were on scene and what have you. And if there's a narrative, there's nothing there. Alright, and here's another supplemental report from Deputy Sheriff Johnson. Let's see. Okay, this was when looks like he was securing the scene, which we went through yesterday, the 5670 Hickory Tree Road in St. Cloud. He was the one that kept the crime scene log for everyone that went on that scene. So we went through all that yesterday. And here's another emergency warrant request cover sheet. And again, I really want to know why there's like so many repeats. If anybody knows why they repeat these things, like, I mean, twice is one thing, but I mean, it's like 3 and 4 times. And here's another search warrant. Yeah, Whitehead, he definitely was taking care of all their warrant needs and what have you. And here's a emergency warrant request sheet, another one for the city of Kissimmee. Okay, that looks like that's when they were working on stuff with Orange County, when he was in Orange County jail. And again, we've seen this affidavit. Another copy of his arrest warrant. Alright, and here's an FDLE. Let's see here. Alright. I guess this is when they sent all their evidence to the Florida Department of Law Enforcement. So this is new. Okay, here is, looks like they sent fingerprints. Layton's from the Lincoln. Buccal swabs from Sterns. His swabs from his pee-pee. DNA cards. Fingernail scrapings and clippings. 2 neck swabs, right hand swab, left hand swab. I don't know why that's redacted if it's Stern, unless it's... Oh, okay. That might actually be Madeline. And here's some more swabs. I'm not going to describe them because they're... Alright, here's another one where they got fingerprint, palm print, and major case prints from Sterns. It states that this is a sexual assault missing to homicide case. Osceola County has an open case and orange under, and there's the case numbers. All the swabs and fingernail clippings from Madeline are to be compared to Stephan Sterns' buccal and swab of his pee-pee. The 7 latent cards were collected from the car, Mr. Sterns, and used to transport Madeline's body to the dump site. Yeah, those were all stuff from both Stephan and Madeline. You know, the one thing I have to wonder, though, and I'm wondering if you guys are thinking the same thing, came to mind going through these documents. The dogs allegedly hit on the Nissan, but not on the Lincoln. I'm wondering if she was initially in Jen's car or at some point, because it's really strange to me why the dog didn't hit on the Lincoln. But maybe we'll find out more about that as we get through this, or definitely by trial. All right, and here is... Come up here. Okay, here's an FDLE laboratory report. This is going to Kissimmee Police Department, Chief Holland. And of course, Mark Morris, which is the lead detective for KPD. All right, it says reference. This report references evidence submitted to the Florida Department of Law Enforcement on March 13, 2024 by Jamie Jung. This report contains conclusions, opinions, and or interpretations made by the author. All right, here's the evidence here. Okay, where they took all the evidence that they described above. So there's buccal swabs represented as being from Stephan Sterns, penile swabs as represented by being from Stephan Sterns, DNA card from Maddie, left fingernail clippings, Maddie, right fingernail clippings represented as from Maddie, neck swabs from Maddie, left neck swabs, right neck swabs, right hand swabs represented as being from Madeline, left hand from Madeline, rectal, vaginal, hair, breast swabs, oral swabs from Madeline. All right, and here's the results. It says item number 3, buccal swabs represented as being from Stephan Sterns. Item 5 is DNA card represented as being from Madeline Soto. Complete DNA profiles were obtained from items 3 and 5. Item 4, penile swabs represented as being from Stephan Sterns. Stephan Sterns is expected to be donor to item 4. No DNA results foreign to Stephan Sterns were obtained from item 4. Item 6 was the left fingernail clippings from Maddie. Using a color change test, item 6 failed to give chemical indications for the presence of blood. Madeline Soto, item 5 is expected to be donor to item 6. No DNA results foreign to her were obtained from item 6. Item 7, right fingernail clippings represented as being from Madeline. Using a color change test, item 7 gave chemical indications for the presence of blood. So that one has blood. Madeline Soto, item 5 is expected to be a donor to item 7. No DNA results foreign to Madeline were obtained from item 7. Item 8.1, left neck swabs as being represented from Madeline Soto. Item 8.2, right neck swabs represented as being from Madeline Soto. Using a color change test, items 8.1 and 8.2 gave chemical indications for the presence of blood. And that's her neck. My opinion is she was strangled, and I have heard that that is what people are assuming. And I thought that from the get-go, pretty early on. What kind of set me off on that was when Jen Soto told Channel 9 News she feels like she can't breathe. Something about the way she phrased that made me wonder, was Madeline strangled? That's when we found she was deceased. That's exactly what I initially thought. Madeline Soto, item 5, is expected to be donor to items 8.1 and 8.2. No DNA results foreign to Madeline were obtained from items 8.1 and 8.2. Item 9, right hand swabs represented as being from Madeline Soto. Using a color change test, item 9 gave chemical indications for the presence of blood. Item 5, Madeline Soto is expected to be a donor to item 9. DNA results foreign to Madeline were obtained from item 9. Due to the limited nature of these results, the DNA is not interpretable. Item 10, left hand swabs represented as being from Madeline Soto. Using a color change test, item 10 gave chemical reaction indications, for the presence of blood. The DNA results obtained from item 10 demonstrated the presence of a mixture. Madeline Soto, item 5, is expected to be a donor to item 10 and is observed in the mixture. DNA results foreign to Madeline were obtained from item 10. Due to the limited nature of these results, this data is non-interpretable. Then we go into the next page. Item 11, rectal swabs from Madeline. Using a color change test, item 11 gave chemical indications for the presence of blood. Possible hairs were observed on item 11 but were not removed or examined. Madeline Soto, item 5, is expected to be donor to item 11. No DNA results foreign to Madeline were obtained from item 11. Item 12, vaginal swabs represented as being from Madeline Soto. Using a color change test, item 12 gave chemical indications for the presence of blood. That poor kid. Madeline Soto, item 5, is expected to be donor to item 12. No DNA results foreign to Madeline were obtained from item 12. Item 12.1, hair collected from vaginal swabs. A possible hair observed from item 12 was examined using microscopy. However, this hair was not suitable for STR DNA analysis and was returned to the original package. Another possible hair was observed on item 12 but was not removed or examined. I wonder why not. Item 11, breast swabs as being represented from Madeline Soto. Using a color change test, item 13 failed to give chemical indications for the presence of blood. The DNA results obtained from item 13 demonstrated the presence of a mixture. Madeline Soto, item 5, is expected to be a donor to item 13 and is observed in the mixture. DNA results foreign to Maddie were obtained from item 13. Due to the limited nature of these results, this data is non-interpretable. Item 14, oral swabs being represented from Madeline Soto. Using a color change test, item 14 gave chemical indications for the presence of blood. Madeline Soto is expected to be donor to item 14. No DNA results foreign to Madeline were obtained from item 14. Remarks. The DNA profiles obtained from items 3 and 5 have been entered into CODIS. PCR-based STR DNA analysis was performed on samples from items 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 1, 8.2, 9, or 8.1, 8.1, 8.2, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, and 14, utilizing the Global Filer PCR Amplification Kit. Why STR testing may be considered for item 6, epithelial cell fraction, 10, epithelial cell fraction, and 13, epithelial cell fraction. Why STR testing requires resubmission of the DNA extracts. Please contact the biology section for guidance. The terms sperm cell fraction and epithelial cell fraction refer to the two portions of the extract generated during a differential extraction procedure. The presence of DNA in the sperm cell fraction does not confirm the presence of seminal material or the types of cells from which DNA originated. The submitted evidence and DNA extracts are available for retrieval or return at the earliest opportunity. It is recommended that all DNA extracts be stored frozen. Alright, so I guess that's the report from that. Alright, and here it looks like it's an evidence log of some sort. Alright, it's got purple Apple iPhone with clear case with cherry design. That would probably be Maddie's phone, I would assume. Black Samsung phone. One female black short with white stripe. One female undergarment. Set of swabs from front passenger door compartment. Rag from front passenger floor. And these would be, looks like they're from the Lincoln. Pocket knife from top compartment of center console. White rope from trunk. Set of swabs from center console. 5 blue latex gloves from bottom compartment of center console. Black jacket from rear passenger floor. 1 blue latex glove from rear passenger floor. Set of swabs from steering wheel and shifter. Blue puffer jacket from trunk. Napkins from rear passenger floor. Nail file kit from top compartment of center console. Red hoodie from trunk, Lincoln emblem from glove box, and napkins from front passenger seat. Black netting from the trunk, set of swabs from the rear driver door compartment, Lincoln emblem from trunk, 1 Hornady 9mm Luger, plus live round from glove box, white towel from trunk, black trash bag from the trunk, tire from trunk, towel from rear passenger floor, tan blanket with white stains from across back seat. That disturbs me, that particular item still. 2 knit gloves from bottom compartment of center console. 6 trace vacuum filters from Lincoln. Set of swabs from rear passenger door compartment. Set of swabs from front driver door compartment. 6 blue latex gloves from front passenger door. Napkins from front passenger door. Left croc slipper, size 5 to 7. So remember, one was found in St. Cloud and one was found at the apartment. Yeah. 2 blue gloves, 1 white t-shirt, 7 latent lift cards, 1 blue latex glove between front passenger seat and center console, napkins between front driver's seat and center console, Apple iPhone with blue case, black hat from Stephan Sterns. Yeah, we've seen that a bit. Black watch from Stephan Sterns, blue shirt from Stephan Sterns, blue underwear from Stephan Sterns, brown belt from Stephan Sterns, brown sandals from Stephan Sterns, buccal swabs from Stephan Sterns, khaki pants from Stephan Sterns, set of penile swabs from Stephan Sterns, set of swabs from left hand of Sterns, set of swabs from right hand of Sterns, zip-up jacket from Stephan Sterns, 1 orange bottle of masturbation cream in bedroom 4, 1 Sig Sauer P365 9mm with magazine from bedroom 4. That makes you wonder, did he threaten her with a gun? That comes to mind. 1 purple comforter from the bedroom area of living room. 1 white flat sheet downstairs bedroom. 1 white fitted sheet from downstairs bedroom. 1 gray shirt, bedroom area of living room. 1 white and purple fitted sheet, bedroom area of living room. 1 pair of black underwear, bedroom area of living room. 1 HP desktop tower, bedroom area of living room. 1 pair of black boots, bedroom 4. 1 gray comforter, downstairs bedroom. 1 magazine with 12 9mm live rounds from bag on table in bedroom 4. 1 gray blanket, downstairs bedroom. 1 white fitted sheet from bedroom number 4. 1 white sheet from closet, bedroom 4. 1 comforter, bedroom 3. 3 prescription medications belonging to redacted. Excuse me. Let's see. That's in the downstairs bedroom. So that may be Jennifer. It could be Maddie. 1 white mattress protector, bedroom area of living room. 1 flat cat sheet from closet, downstairs bedroom. 1 pair of black shorts, bedroom area of living room. 1 red shirt from bedroom 4. 1 composition notebook, bedroom area of living room. 1 pair of boxers, bedroom area of living room. 1 phone tripod, bedroom area of living room. Yeah, remember he had 1 in the bedroom 4 and 1 down. There was 1 downstairs. Yuck. 1 white pillowcase from bed, which is bedroom 4. 1 white brown blanket from bedroom area of living room. 1 holster from bedroom 4. 13 live rounds from pistol, bedroom 4. 1 pink strawberry snuggie, bedroom area of living room. 1 white flat sheet from bed, bedroom 4. 1 white purple flat sheet, bedroom area of living room. 1 fitted cat sheet from closet, downstairs bedroom. 1 charcoal gray blanket, downstairs bedroom. 1 pink dinosaur blanket, bedroom area of living room. 1 pair of blue underwear, bedroom area of living room. 1 rubber portion of tire. 1 purple dog seatbelt leash. 1 black dog seatbelt leash. Gray graphic tank top infinite. 1 pillowcase. 1 trunk mat. 1 trace filter from front driver's seat and floor. 1 trace filter from rear driver's seat and floor. 1 trace filter from trunk. 1 trace filter from front passenger seat and floor. Hair from under front passenger seat. 2 swabs from front passenger armrest, handle and buttons. 2 swabs from front driver armrest, handle and buttons. 1 trace filter from rear middle seat and floor. 2 swabs from steering wheel shifter. 2 swabs from stain on interior front door jamb. 1 trace filter from rear passenger seat and floor. 2 swabs from rear driver armrest, handle and buttons. 2 swabs from rear passenger armrest, handles and buttons. Pocket knife. Gray iPhone 13 Pro. Not sure what that means, T.O.T. Morris. Let's see. The Morris is One of the detectives or officers, though, I believe. Black wallet with chain that spells Natalia, containing U.S. currency, miscellaneous cards with the names Simone and Prado, Cassano Moselle, and Ken Moselle. Wonder what that's about. Huh. That's an interesting. Who are those people? Let's see. Surveillance footage. Looks like these are Madeline's math book number 2. Trash bag, 1 white crock, 2 swabs from straps of backpack, 2 swabs of wearer DNA from insole of 1 white crock, right foot, 2 swabs from zipper tags of backpack, 2 swabs from handle of backpack, 1 tire, 1 backpack containing miscellaneous items, 1 Orange County Public Schools laptop and charger from her backpack, 30 Leighton lift cards from Nissan Sentra, yellow cloth material torn in 3 pieces. Yeah, alright. And here's another property form. Let's see. For the house in the Nissan Sentra. So, let's see. So here's the house. Again, that's where they found the Sig Sauer. Again, he had 2 guns. One in his car and one in that home. And that one in that home was in bedroom number 4. Where he was obviously torturing Maddie. Alright, and here is... It's all the same stuff listed out. Again, it's still the same stuff listed out. I'm wondering if this composition notebook belonged to Maddie, because it's in the bedroom area of the living room, and they said that's where her bedroom was. Kind of a separation there. Curious if she wrote anything in there. More of the same. Alright, and these are from the Nissan. So the trunk mat, there's a pillowcase from the Nissan. And of course they took swabs and what have you from Jen's car. And there was a pocket knife in Jen's car. Okay. And the dump had the trash bag and the white crock. Okay, so there we go. The trash bag was where her backpack and everything was. Okay, here's the backpack swabs. Backpack containing miscellaneous items, the laptop from the dump, and the 30 Leighton lift cards from the Nissan. Alright. So here's a Florida Department of Law Enforcement Orlando Regional Operations Center. So this looks like this is... this would be... Stephan's phone? Let's see. Yeah, this is Stephan's phone, I believe. Let's see. This would be all the, I guess, where they got his GPS on his phone. And this would be, I guess, where he was spotted, because... Let's see. See, this, I believe, would be... And that the picture is redacted here. That black box has got likely a photo. I'm thinking that this is where the hotel is, the parking garage is. Alright. Yeah, now this is here. We're near Hunters Creek Middle School area. And again, he's hanging around. So this would be during Kissimmee down here. And that goes into Hunters Creek. Definitely he's pinging off the same towers. See, this would be interesting to see explained in court. These are the kind of things I'm always interested in them explaining. Because it's like very technical, and it's not my kind of, I don't understand all that stuff, but obviously we know it's a map and we can see where he was picked up at, like his signals. Yeah, he's definitely hanging around that zone. Let's see. Now here's a different movement. Let me see. Okay, here's Thacker. This is Kissimmee. Trying to see if I can figure out here. Alright, so this here. So this is when he was spotted. He's in Kissimmee here. And this is Osceola Parkway. So this would be like if you could be going that back way to get to and from the apartment. Let's see. Yeah, and there's John Young Parkway. Which goes all the way, Kissimmee, goes down to Poinciana side of town, and it goes all the way into through Hunters Creek and in Orlando. So it's quite a long road, and just some odd trivia, odd not interesting information. John Young Parkway used to be called Bermuda Avenue in Kissimmee. Not that matters, but just something of interest. Toss out. Yeah. I could definitely, I know the areas this is all in. Now this looks like he's St. Cloud. Let's see. Old Dixie Highway. No, that's not St. Cloud. That's still Kissimmee. Because there's Don again. There's John Young Parkway. There's Michigan. And there's Tupperware. Yeah, he's sad. He's hanging around a lot of areas. That is inching toward St. Cloud, though. Let's see. See, these are all redacted up here, so we can't really see what else anything means. Okay, this is the house, I guess. So there's one green house and one red house. Huh. I'm not good with like map time stuff like some creators are. Like I know Grizzly True Crime, she's awesome with maps. And I know also Chris with Mob, the Monster Under Our Bed. They are super good with maps. Going through a lot of details, but so this is here, hang on a minute here. Man, I wish this was not all redacted. It's very interesting, that's for sure. But anyway, he's popping all around from Kissimmee towards St. Cloud, obviously, as we know, in Hunters Creek. He's in a pretty much the same kind of zone. He mostly is in Osceola County. He just ventures into Orange County with, the South Orange County. This is interesting. Yeah, lots of maps with GPS tracking and following where his phone and probably his vehicle, where they were able to locate it. Again, this to me would be a very good when they testify about this in court. I think this would be very interesting now that we've seen these maps. And obviously this will not be redacted in court. Yeah, they went all the way back though. They're following him all around. I kind of keep going through it because it's not... Hang on a minute here. Let's see something. This is St. Cloud. Wait a minute. Oh, that's Orlando. Yeah, Champions Gate. So that's kind of near Disney. If anyone's really good with reading maps and they want to go through this, I could send you the screenshots of them and we could go through it. That would be, I would definitely be interested in doing that if anybody would like to go through that. Because we could pull up all the maps, and since I'm very familiar with the area, if someone is really good at explaining this kind of stuff, if this makes more sense to you, let me know. Otherwise, we will have to wait till the experts testify at trial. Yeah, lots of pages for the maps. See if I can get through these. See how quick we can get through these maps to see where we are. Because like the redacted pages, there's lots and lots of maps. Alright, so I paused it. I came back because those maps go all the way through page 862. Lots and lots of maps. So the good news is I think I can finish reading this tonight so we can be done going through these 896 pages. So here we jumped from the maps to, this is 2255 San Vital Drive. This looks like these were canvassing. This is a canvas. So it says building 40, apartment 101. So this is like, I guess when they were going through the apartment complex and they were speaking with neighbors and what have you to see if they seen Maddie. So again, this is just, you know, if they spoke with somebody or they left a business card and what have you. So here, these are all that. Looks like most of these people didn't really know Maddie or the family. All right, here we go. Here is a declaration of business records. I, the below signed declarant, am an agent authorized by Capital One Services, LLC, and in this position I have personal knowledge of the business records and systems of record of, and am a qualified authorized to declare and certify on behalf of Capital One and a Capital One the following. 1. I, the below signed declarant, am an adult citizen of the United States of America. This declaration is made in conjunction with Capital One's response to the subpoena, search warrant, summons, or legal request made by Brian Hummel in the matter of 24-0011313. Then, of course, the other case number, because one is Orange County and one is Kissimmee. Dated February 29th, 2024 subpoena. The documents and or information attached hereto represent such documents and or information responsive to any reasonable request of the subpoena as returned from a reasonably diligent search of Capital One systems of record and are true and accurate duplicates of the original business records maintained by Capital One and or true and accurate representations of the information reflected in Capital One systems of record. 4. I further certify the documents and information reflected in the Capital One systems of record herein attached herein to A. were made or entered in Capital One systems of record at or near the time of the occurrence of the matter set forth or from information transmitted by a person with knowledge of those matters. B. were kept or entered in its systems of record in the course of regularly conducted business activity of Capital One. And C. were made or entered and are entered in the system of record by Capital One as a regular practice during its regularly conducted business activity. So we'll see what this is about. Sounds like they were requesting records from Capital One on possibly Stephan. Alright, here's an incident report. Looks like it mentions the purple Apple iPhone with clear case and cherry design, black wallet with a chain that spells Natalia, containing U.S. currency, miscellaneous cards with the names Simone M. Prado, Casino Moselle, and Ken Moselle. So we read those before. So I'm wondering if this is Madeline's wallet, and that would be her iPhone. Question is, who are those people? All right, here's another incident report for Stephan Michael Sterns. Pretty much all redacted. And it's mentioning again the purple Apple iPhone with the cherry design. It's also mentioning that wallet again. All right. All right, here we go. This is a incident report by Orange County. This report is being completed as a supplement to document my involvement in this case, although information gathered by other sources may be referenced for the purpose of context. See other supplement reports for further information. Background: on Monday, February 26, 2024, at approximately 1948 hours, Orange County Sheriff's Office Deputy Sheriff Frankie Joseph responded to the area of redacted in reference to a call for service regarding a missing person. Deputies identified the missing person as 13-year-old white female Madeline Soto. Initial response and preliminary investigation. The initial deputies make contact with Madeline's mother, Jennifer, and Jennifer's boyfriend, Stephan Sterns, who both provided statements. And we go through their stories, their tall tales of that he dropped her off at school, and then he went to the vape shop and looked for comic books and cards because he's a nerd. And claiming that mom claimed that she saw her. Responding deputies completed area checks of the surrounding area where Madeline was last seen with negative results. Deputies were unable to reach Maddie by phone because her phone was left at home that day. Attempts were made to track her Orange County Public School laptop. However, the last ping location of the laptop was near downtown Orlando from Saturday, February 22nd. Deputies went to the area where Stephan dropped Maddie off to look for any evidence. A camera was located near a nearby church located at 13502 Town Loop Boulevard, which showed what appeared to be a juvenile being dropped off at the church at approximately 0840 hours by a dark car. The juvenile sits in the parking lot for approximately 15 minutes before walking away. Deputies spoke with an unidentified church employee who stated she remembers seeing a juvenile fitting Maddie's given description sitting in the parking lot at approximately 0840 hours. A canine track was completed from that location, which did not yield results. So that is true. So I always wondered if that was a lie that they told the family that they thought it might be Maddie that they spotted. So they spotted another middle schooler that resembled Madeline. So that did happen. It just obviously wasn't Madeline. Investigative detail. As on the call domestic crimes detective, I was notified of the incident. After being briefed of the above information and inquiring further, I determined Madeline was not diagnosed with any medical or mental condition which posed a risk to her health or safety. Maddie did not make any suicidal statements prior to this incident, and no suspicious circumstances existed at this time. Given the information obtained by the responding deputies during the preliminary investigation, Maddie did not appear to be missing under any involuntary circumstances, and no circumstances were articulated at the time of the initial response. The next morning, on Tuesday, February 27th, I completed investigative follow-up, making contact with Jennifer, Stephan, Jennifer's roommate, Redacted, and Redacted's grandmother. So I guess that would be the roommate and then the grandparents. I also responded to the church and obtained a copy of the video seen by the deputies who responded the previous night. In the video, I observed an individual being dropped off in the church parking lot by a dark sedan. The individual gets out of the rear driver's side of the vehicle. After the vehicle drives away, the individual walks out of camera view toward Town Loop Boulevard before walking back into the church parking lot and sitting down for approximately 15 minutes. The individual then gets up and walks toward Town Loop Boulevard out of camera view. Due to the quality of the video, I was unable to positively identify the individual seen in the video as Madeline, and I was unable to accurately describe the vehicle or the individual's clothing. After completing interviews, I obtained consent to search Madeline's phone from Jennifer, and a forensic examination was completed on it. I also completed a query of license plate readers, which revealed certain inconsistencies in statements collected by Stephan. A review of camera footage in the area where Madeline was allegedly dropped off also revealed inconsistencies. See supplement reports for further detail. On Tuesday, February 27, 2024, I contacted the FDLE to issue a missing child alert for Madeline. The alert was accepted and broadcasted. Interviews of Redacted. Interview 1, 2/27/2024 at 11:16 hours. Redacted stated the last time she saw Madeline was on the night of Sunday, February 25th, 2024, at approximately 2300 hours inside of the home when she was going to bed. At this time, okay, so this looks like it's Jennifer. Jennifer sent Madeline and Stephan up to a guest room. All three were originally going to sleep in Jennifer's bed. However, Jennifer stated she needed to get some rest due to her new job, making her very tired. She would sleep better alone, and Stephan was going to get Madeline ready for school in the morning anyway. Stephan no longer lives in the home with Jennifer and Madeline, as he moved out in December of 2023. However, he has come to visit 2 or 3 times since then. When Stephan visits the home, he will sleep in the guest bedroom upstairs while Jennifer and Madeline sleep together downstairs. The reason Stephan moved out of the home is because he was offered a job by his father. However, the job fell through and he is trying to move back. Typically, when Stephan visits, he will stay for a few days. However, this time he planned to stay for a week. Stephan either arrived on Saturday, February 24th, or the morning of Sunday, February 25th. However, Jennifer does not remember when. On the morning of February 26, 2024, Jennifer was woken up by Stephan taking their dog for a walk at approximately 0700 or 0800 hours. Jennifer further explained she did not actually hear Madeline getting ready in the morning, specifically as there are also 2 roommates in the home. Jennifer fell back asleep shortly after being woken up. At approximately 0900 hours, Jennifer woke up again, and Stephan had not yet returned home after taking Maddie to school. Jennifer left for an appointment at approximately 0930. Stephan called Jennifer on the phone at approximately 10:18 hours to inform her he just returned home from completing some errands. Stephan informed Jennifer he originally planned to take Maddie to a nearby McDonald's for breakfast. However, Maddie did not wish to go, so he took her directly to school. Stephan also informed Jennifer he attempted to go to a smoke shop to get e-cigarette supplies immediately after dropping Maddie off. However, the shop was closed. Stephan then returned to the home at approximately 10:00 hours and spent some time there before going back out to the smoke shop. Jennifer returned to the home at approximately 11:15 hours. At that time, Stephan had returned to the home. Afterwards, Jennifer waited at home until 14:30 hours, at which time she left to pick Madeline up from school. At approximately 1600 hours, Jennifer waited approximately 10 minutes for Maddie to come out. However, she did not come out. Jennifer did not remember if she told Maddie she was going to pick her up that day, so Jennifer drove to her mother's office to see if Maddie walked there, as she sometimes will after school if Jennifer's at work. Jennifer was informed Maddie was not there, so she then looked for Maddie in the area but did not see her. Jennifer then called Madeline's best friend, redacted, to ask where Madeline was, but was informed that Maddie did not come to school that day. Jennifer reached Madeline's friends and teachers to see if anybody saw her at school today and was informed Madeline was absent the whole day. At this point, Jennifer realized something was amiss and called 911. On a typical morning, Jennifer will take Madeline to school no later than 0850 hours. Jennifer and Stephan had been together on and off for 7 years. Thus, Stephan has taken Madeline to school in the past, although that responsibility typically belongs to Jennifer. Stephan has taken Maddie to school 1 or 2 times in the past and is familiar with how to do so. When Stephan takes Maddie to school, she asks that he does not drive her all the way to the school, but rather Maddie prefers to be dropped off at a distance from the school so she can walk up. The reason for this is that Maddie thinks Stephan's vehicle, a silver 2010 Lincoln MKZ, is unattractive. Because of this, Stephan agrees to drop Maddie off near a church located at 13502 Town Loop Boulevard, which is approximately a 5-minute walk away from the school. Madeline has no history of running away from home or leaving home when she is angry. Jennifer does not recall any arguments occurring which may have caused Maddie to wish to run away. Sunday, February 25th was Madeline's birthday party, where she had a good time and expressed she was happy. The last time Maddie was in trouble was weeks prior to this incident, but Jennifer does not remember the exact reason why. When Jennifer went through Madeline's phone, she found text stating that when she turned 18, she was going to leave, that Jennifer was acting crazy, and that Redacted was going to send Redacted to her father's home. Maybe Jennifer was going to send her there. Madeline's biological father, Redacted, and although the two communicate sometimes by phone, they do not frequently see each other, and he's not very involved in her life. Madeline is diagnosed with attention deficit hyperactive disorder, ADHD, and she's known to forget things frequently. On the morning of February 26, Maddie did not have her phone with her, as she forgot it at home that day. Despite this, Maddie functions at the level of a normal 13-year-old child. Maddie has not complained about anything at school, but Jennifer is aware she's always behind on her schoolwork. Madeline does not currently have a boyfriend. However, Jennifer was informed by Stephan that Maddie said she had a crush on a boy in her class named Redacted. Jennifer does not feel Maddie would run away and expresses she believes Maddie was involuntarily taken. Let's see. Jennifer was aware of security camera footage recorded in the area when Maddie was dropped off. Jennifer stated it's not abnormal for Madeline to sit in the parking lot of that church while she waits to be picked up from school, so she's familiar with that church parking lot. Jennifer does not know why Maddie would stand in the parking lot instead of walking to school. Jennifer swore to the truth of the statement she provided. The interview was audio recorded. All right, interview number 2 on 2/27 at 2004 hours for Redacted. I completed a second interview with Redacted for the purpose of clarifying information which was collected throughout the course of the day. I presented... Okay, so this is, again, Jennifer, I believe. Presented Jennifer a still photograph from the video which was captured by a camera of the church at 13502 Town Loop Boulevard and asked her if she was able to recognize the car or Maddie in the video. Redacted stated she did not recognize the vehicle. However, the individual seen may possibly have been Madeline, as the individual does appear to be wearing a light-colored top with darker-colored bottoms. However, no further identifying features were seen. Redacted also reaffirmed her account of earlier events. Redacted and Redacted used to go hiking in the St. Cloud area. However, she has not mentioned wanting to live in the woods in the past, as was seen in a text message in her phone. This comment may have stemmed from Redacted talking to Redacted about the possibility of World War III with the current situation in the Middle East in the weeks prior to this incident. Let's read Redacted reaffirmed. So I believe this is Jennifer. Jennifer also reaffirmed that Stephan was in fact not home when she woke up at 0900 on February 26. Jennifer called Stephan multiple times. Stephan returned her call at approximately 1000 hours and informed her he accidentally left his phone at home. Jennifer returned home at approximately 11:15 hours, at which time Stephan was home as well. And here's interview number 3, which is en route from Town Place Suites. I offered Jennifer a courtesy ride from the hotel she and Stephan were staying at Orange County Central Operations Sheriff's Office Operations Building. Jennifer accepted the offer, and I transported her in my agency-issued vehicle in the passenger seat. Yeah, because their vehicles were impounded, so they had no car. During the transport, Jennifer and I had a brief conversation. While speaking, I noted that Jennifer referred to Madeline using the past tense several times when she mentioned her. That's a red flag. I inquired about whether or not it was normal to allow Madeline and Stephan to sleep in the same room unsupervised. Jennifer replied, this was not common practice. However, she did not have any suspicion that anything inappropriate would occur between the two. Madeline used to be very hypervigilant around Stephan. Jennifer used to be very hypervigilant around Stephan. However, as the years have gone by, she's allowed Madeline and him to be alone because they get along very well. Yeah. Here's an interview of Stephan Sterns. Interview number 1. Stephan lives in the home with Jennifer and Madeline. However, he splits his time between this home and the home of his parents in Northport, Florida. His parents live near the laundries. Stephan stated he splits his time due to his parents needing help with their daily care due to being elderly. Stephan arrived at the home this time on Saturday, February 24th or Sunday, February 25th. He stays there because he doesn't have a home. Yeah, I don't believe that. I helped take care of my parents. Stephan stated the last time he saw Madeline was in the morning of February 26, 2024, between 8:25 and 8:40 hours when he was dropping her off to school. Stephan dropped Madeline a distance away from the school at her request so she could walk with her friends and not be seen in his car, which she finds unattractive. Stephan recalls dropping Madeline off along a stretch of road on Town Loop Boulevard near residential communities, slightly east of the State Road 417 overpass. Stephan described the area specifically as being across from a church, approximately a 5 or 10 minute walk away from Maddie's school. It is not common for Stephan to drop Maddie off to school in the mornings because Jennifer normally does it. However, Stephan was helping Jennifer on the morning of the incident due to Jennifer needing to sleep. Why would he drop her off across the street? The church is the same side of the road as the school. Dropping her off across from there doesn't make any sense. That means she has to cross that whole road. Yeah, that's another lie. That's another reason why that's all a lie. After Stephan dropped Maddie off, he saw her walking in the direction of the school as he was driving away. Stephan provided he left his phone at home on the morning of this incident and thus was unsure of the exact time he dropped her off. Stephan then went to a nearby smoke shop to purchase supplies for his e-cigarette. However, the shop was closed. Stephan then returned to the home at approximately 10:15 hours and spent time with Jennifer, who had just woken up. Stephan then left home again and went back to the smoke shop at approximately 1100 hours, which was now open. After returning home again, Jennifer stated she wanted to take a nap, and so Stephan used the opportunity to go out and complete some errands. While out completing errands, Stephan's car suffered a flat tire in the area of US 192 between the hours of 12 and 1400 hours. Due to the flat tire, Stephan was unable to join Jennifer to pick up Maddie from school, as the couple would have had to leave by 14:30. By the time Stephan returned home, Jennifer was already gone. Stephan could not recall any events over the weekend which may have encouraged Maddie to run away because she was so happy. Madeline was specifically very happy that she Jennifer and Stephan were together on the night of Sunday, February 25th. Madeline was still very excited from her birthday party. Madeline slept in the guest room upstairs with Stephan at approximately 2300 hours. Stephan and Madeline woke up in the morning at approximately 0700 hours. Stephan saw Maddie in her room as he was getting ready to leave. Stephan and Madeline left the home between 0730 and 045 hours. When Stephan and Maddie arrived at their drop-off location, Stephan asked Maddie if she wanted him to wait there with her due to how early they arrived. However, Maddie stated she did not want him to wait with her, but rather she wished to walk with her friends. Stephan could not recall any arguments between Madeline and the family or any trouble she had been in recently, although Madeline can become agitated due to her hormones at times. Yeah. Madeline is diagnosed with ADHD and tends to be very forgetful. On the morning of this incident, Madeline forgot her phone at home in her bedroom, which is not uncommon. Stephan swore statements that he provided were true and it was audio recorded. This ADHD whole crap is just so annoying. It really, really is. And again, they forgot to say, oh, she's got asthma. That's more important. Interview number 2 with Sterns. While at the home later in the day, I spoke with Stephan again. I asked Stephan which stores he went to when he was out completing errands before he suffered a flat tire between 1200 hours and 1400 hours. Stephan stated he went to a Target, was also in the vicinity of a game shop called Rules, located near the intersection of US 192 and Oak Street in Kissimmee, Florida. Stephan could not provide any other stores he went to. Stephan stated he never went to the Rules shop because of the flat tire. He could also not recall exactly where he got the flat tire, and he was only able to describe the area as US 192 in Kissimmee, Florida. You didn't get the flat tire in Kissimmee, dude. You got the flat tire in St. Cloud. He got his flat tire way down 192. Oak Street, no. He got it way down your Hickory Tree. Okay, that one was not audio recorded. Alright. Interview of Redacted, 2/27/2024 at 13:12 hours. Redacted identified herself as Madeline's maternal grandmother. I believe this is Yolanda. I believe that's her name. She's the one that owns the tax store, or she's one of the owners anyway. The last time she saw Madeline was the night of February 25th at her home located at Redacted, where her birthday party was held. It's not uncommon for Maddie to sometimes walk from, I guess, her school to her office located at Redacted. On February 26th, let's see. Oh, Jennifer called her and asked if Madeline had walked to her office because she was not currently at school. Jennifer stated that Madeline was taken to school by Stephan, whom she knows as Jennifer's ex-boyfriend. Yolanda believes Jennifer and Stephan broke up in December when he moved out of the home. Stephan possibly came to the home for Maddie's birthday. Stephan has taken Maddie to school in the past and stated he dropped her off at a nearby apartment complex named Urbana. Gee, how many different spots could he have possibly dropped her off, guys? Madeline has never run away from home in the past. Approximately 1 year ago, there was an incident where Madeline was upset due to having an argument with her mother, and she called Redacted. At that time, Madeline explained she was walking around the neighborhood due to being angry. However, she soon went back home after being told to do so by, I guess, Grandma. Though Grandma did not have any articulable concerns for Stephan or Madeline, she stated she does not like Stephan. Interview with Redacted. So here's one of the roommates. Looks like Redacted identified herself as Jennifer's roommate. She and her 15-year-old son have a room in the home. See, this is weird. I find it weird that they had a mother and a son there. Redacted last saw Madeline on the afternoon of Sunday, February 25th at approximately 12:30 hours. Redacted did not see Maddie return to the home because she was already in bed by 20:45 hours. Further, Redacted did not see Madeline leaving the home as she always leaves by 07:45 hours. Stephan was staying in the home for approximately 6 months. However, he moved out of the home 3 to 4 months prior. Stephan and Jen broke up, but still agreed to live with one another until he left. Stephan and Jennifer had been together for 5 or 6 years. Redacted did not see Stephan at all until the afternoon of Monday, February 26th, and does not believe he arrived at the home until the night of February 25th. Redacted did not share any concerns about any activities in the home. However, she did share that Madeline sometimes has trouble regulating her emotions. Okay, here's another redacted interview of Redacted. Redacted identified herself as a science teacher at, I'm assuming, Hunters Creek Middle. Is familiar with Madeline as she's a student in one of her classes. Madeline has been her student for approximately 6 months. In class, Maddie is typically quiet, reserved, and often loses focus. Madeline frequently states she's not feeling well and has to go to the school nurse. Madeline started the year in Redacted's third period science class, but was recently moved into sixth period science due to issues in another class she was having. Although Maddie's grades have always been D's and F's, since moving into the new period at the end of the year, Maddie has only turned in 1 or 2 assignments. Although Maddie is frequently withdrawn and quiet, the teacher, never attributed any of her behavior to being sad or depressed, but rather explained it's common of students who struggle with learning to be slightly withdrawn. On January 22nd, 2024, Redacted noticed that Maddie had been more tired since moving into her sixth period class, so she sent a message to Jennifer to notify her. Jennifer responded that Maddie did not take her medication that day, and that was the reason for her behavior. However, Redacted noted tiredness extended beyond just that day. Redacted has never made any suicidal comments or threatened other students. Redacted swore to the truth of the statement, and it was audio recorded. Interview of Redacted. Redacted identified herself as a math teacher at Hunters Creek Middle. She's familiar with Madeline as she's a student in one of her classes. Maddie is typically very quiet in her class and frequently has to be reminded to pay attention as she's known to lose focus. Maddie is normally very reserved and receptive to redirection. In the week prior to going missing, Maddie appeared to be more easily agitated, retorting with a negative attitude when she had to be redirected. In the past, Maddie has expressed that she was upset and asked to be excused to see the school counselor. However, she never revealed what she was upset about. The teacher, did not describe Maddie as sad or depressed and stated she has never made any suicidal statements or expressed that she wants to hurt anybody. And she swore to the truth of her statement, and it was audio recorded. Alright, so it says, while completing interviews and after reviewing available information using investigative resources, I noted there were several inconsistencies in the information provided. Okay, it says, Redacted, this may be Jennifer, originally provided to Deputy Joseph she last saw Madeline on the morning of February 26th, getting ready for school at approximately 0800 hours. In my interview with her, she stated she last saw Maddie on the night of February 25th at approximately 2300 hours and only possibly heard her the next morning. Stephan stated he returned to the home at 1000 hours on February 26th and spent time with Jennifer, who was waking up at that time. Jennifer provided a different account, stating she was already out of the home by 9:30 and called Stephan at 1000 hours. Yep, I noticed that too. Stephan also provided he dropped Maddie off near a residential community by Hunters Creek Middle. However, a review of the cameras in the area did not show Stephan or Maddie in that area at all. Stephan also stated he and Maddie woke up at approximately 0700 hours and left the home by 0745 hours. However, Jennifer stated she did not see them in the morning and she was also awake leaving the home. Okay, let's go back. That's the roommate. So the roommate would have seen them at 7:45. That's another reason. How did he put her in the car? Wow. Okay. That brings up another question, doesn't it? A review of license plate readers in the area reveals Stephan was not in the area of House Rules Game Store in Kissimmee in the hours he provided, but rather he was in the area of St. Cloud, far east of where he described his location to be. Further, Stephan's vehicle was captured driving in the opposite direction of the middle school when he stated he was dropping off Maddie. Further detail of the exact dates, times, and locations of LPR data are documented in supplemental reports. After completing initial investigative follow-up, it was determined suspicious circumstances existed around Maddie's disappearance. The investigation was turned over to the OCSO Sex Crimes Squad, Was notified, and Detective Mara Tagler was assigned as lead detective. I assisted by completing interviews and providing transport. As further evidence was discovered, it was determined certain crimes occurred at the home in Kissimmee within the jurisdiction of the Kissimmee Police Department. I provided assistance, and the investigation was ultimately turned over to KPD. Alright, here's another evidence form with black short with white stripe, pink female undergarment. Here's where they were trying to get the items to get that canine to search. Here's another highly redacted. That looks like one we've seen above. And this is basically another repetitiveness about the about her going missing and the parents' story. Well, mom's and boyfriend's story. And this one here is when they put a bolo, I guess, out for Maddie. And this looks like another evidence form for her math books. Math books submitted to evidence for safekeeping. They have no evidentiary value. One white t-shirt. Again, the white t-shirt. Let's see. Supplemental report on February 28th, 2024. The Orange County Sheriff's Office was canvassing the area of Hunters Creek Boulevard and Town Loop Boulevard and referencing a missing juvenile in this case number. Okay, this is where they found that white t-shirt. And this was mentioned earlier, I recall that. So I think that's the one that they decided it didn't have anything to do with the case. That it seems like. Here's another affidavit for a search warrant. Okay, this one here, it looks like it's a search warrant for, they found in Stephan Sterns' pocket. So this is Stephan Sterns, the warrant to search Stephan Sterns' iPhone. It says it's black in color, unknown model. The iPhone does not have a screen protector, has 2 cameras in the rear, has a rubberized blue case. And it came from his pocket. So that's the one they asked if they could take it with them, and he said, sure. And then, of course, later on, well, when am I going to have it back? Let's see. Here's more about when she was reported missing. Okay, this is going through, I guess, searching his phone, his digital device, for evidence for the ongoing sexual battery of Maddie. And again, they're talking about storage devices like primary storage and secondary storage. This is when they wanted a search warrant for that. And looks like this is the search warrant. It was granted by Judge Whitehead. And search warrant and receipt. And we are done. That was a lot. Wow, that's a lot. So I'm glad we got to get through it. I know this one's going to be the longest video yet, but we're done. 896 pages. Lots of it redacted or repetitive, and lots of maps. Again, if anybody wants to go through those maps, let me know. See if we can maybe do some looking through that. But other than that, I definitely learned a lot, and I'm going to try to do kind of a wrap up with information I've learned on this one in the coming days. It's a lot to take in, and I definitely want to hear you guys' thoughts on it. So please leave a comment. Let me know what you think. I know we all are astonished by a lot of this stuff. And I'm hearing there's like another 600 pages of discovery that has not been released. I don't know if it'll eventually be released or not, but they're saying there's like a total of 1,500 pages total. So, and again, some of those pages were completely redacted, so we don't know what was on them. And so, yeah. So we will see if they release any more discovery. I will definitely go through it here on the channel. But in the meanwhile, let me know your thoughts on all this discovery documents here. And I will do a wrap up kind of in, like I said, in the coming days. It may be next week. I'll kind of put my thoughts together on it more and kind of do more of a summary for those that didn't want to sit through all this stuff or also want to hear my thoughts on that as well. But I always want to hear you guys' thoughts as well. So with that said, I appreciate you, and we're all here for Maddie. That's what we're here for. Justice for Maddie. All right, I hope you have a great rest of the day. And most of all, stay safe.